Simple Convos. It's your boy, the one with the scar on his face, your boy Scarface, and I want to welcome you guys back to another episode. Always tuning in every week. I really do appreciate you guys. I got a special one for you guys this week, but also, if you guys want to go get something over at naughtyscience.com, that's my adult toy store and also the sponsor of the podcast. So if you guys want to get like some stuff to include to be intimate with your partner or something just for yourself, if you want to get some for yourself and then think of me, I'm totally okay with that. But definitely there's a discount code in the description if you haven't checked it out yet, just for the podcast listeners. And again, thank you to everybody who likes and supports, gives us a 5-star rating. That's all I ask. Give us a 5-star rating, leave us a review, share it with somebody. And if you want to continue to support, with the podcast, get something from naughtyscience.com. It really does. I really do appreciate it. So this week, I wanted to go into something that, let's call it bedroom negotiations, right? Because sometimes we want to be kinky and sometimes we want to do some freaky stuff, but we don't know how to ask. We don't know what to say, what to get into. Imagine you're being intimate with somebody, right? Things are hot and heavy. You guys are making out. You guys are kissing. Maybe a little penetration action is already going on. But you want to try something. You just stop them and be like, yo, let's do this. Let's do this position and kill the mood, kill the vibe. Or do you bring it up beforehand? Or is that something you talk about, right? When is it the right time to show when you're freaky and when you're not freaky? Like, when do we do, where's the book on how to, be kinky in this world? When is it the right time? Do the birds have to be flying the right direction? Do the stars have to align? What is it that we have to do in order to tell our partner, hey, fuck me up a little bit, right? So today we're going to talk about these bedroom negotiations because, again, I know you want to bring up certain things, but you also don't want to kill the vibe because we don't want to be vibe killers. Okay, we don't want to do that. So I think the first thing, we're going to start by why we struggle. Some of the things that we struggle with is obviously the fear of judgment. A lot of people care. I don't care who you are. A lot of people, even if you say you don't care, a lot of people care about what other people think, right? That being said, you also care about what your partner thinks. And that's a little bit more okay, right? Because your partner is somebody you want to be with. This is somebody you're trying to impress. This is somebody you want to be with, right? And sometimes the fear of being judged by them, what if they think that you're too freaky? Or what if they think that you're not freaky enough? What if you're like, hey, let's do this. This is super freaky. And then they're going to look at you like, yo, I do that on the regular, Because again, everybody has a different freak level, kink level. Nobody is the same. So that's why I'm saying you have to learn your partner. You have to get to know your partner because everybody's a little different. So don't be afraid to be judged because this is your person. This is your partner. This is somebody you should be open to talk to. This is somebody that you should be okay with to talk to and bring these things up. If you're not okay, this might be the wrong person. If you're not okay bringing up some of these things, this might be the wrong person. You should feel comfortable enough. If I'm with somebody, I want them to feel comfortable enough to bring up stuff like this or just anything. Yeah, we may argue about something and that might be an argument for something else, right? But bringing this up, this is you having a healthy conversation with your partner because guess what? What if they've been waiting to do stuff like this, but they thought the same way, okay? And then also the next one is, let's be honest, a lot of people are in fear of getting rejected. Imagine you bring up, hey, let's do this, and then be like, ew, no. Again, depending on how freaky it is and what it is you're trying to do. If you're trying to do a little bit of snowball action, to me, that's when you finish on a girl, mouth, and then she passes it back, you pass it, you give the liquid kids a ride, roller coaster ride, right? Not for me. I would have been like, fuck no. But that's something, don't tell me to do that during. If that's something that you actually really wanted to do, tell me at a different time. Be like, hey, what are your thoughts on this? And then I'd be like, that's a no for me, dog. And then now we don't kill the vibe, right? Say we're being intimate. She's like, finish in my mouth and I'll pass it back to you. I'll be like, fuck no. That would be a mood killer for sure. So, but don't be afraid. And depending if it's not something super crazy, bring it up. be like, oh, do me like this. Oh, let's do this. Do it like this. Or if you have like something that you want to try, maybe you bought some lube or something, bust it out and be like, yo, let's do this. Because I've done that too, like where you've had something and you just bust it out without even saying nothing crazy, nothing super crazy, right? But just something to be like, and she was like, oh shit, okay. Yes, sir. Let's do it. So don't be afraid to be rejected, because again, this is the only way you're going to communicate. If it's something crazy and intense, out of this like completely left field, let's save that conversation for like after being intimate or like a different time, right? Don't do it during, because like if you give somebody a wild request during, or just wait until they're lit, because some lit people do some crazy shit. I'll tell you that right now. So don't be afraid to be rejected, especially if this is your person. And also if you're a guy or whoever, if somebody asks you for a request, don't shut them down like that. Maybe it took them a lot to get to this position to ask you. So don't just be like, fuck no. Just be like, oh, like, like we can talk about that later. Or if it's not during being intimate, be like, talk about it. And then why maybe you don't feel comfortable doing it, right? And you never know. You might even try it, like whatever it is. You'd be like, oh, well, let's give it a try one time and see what we think. Because there's some people that have tried something the first time or just one time and they're like, I fucking love that. Like, holy shit, I can't believe I've never done it before. So don't be afraid to be rejected, especially if it's your person. This is your person. This is somebody you want to be with. And if the fear of judgment, this is your person. This is somebody you should bring it up. And this is how you're going to learn if they're vanilla or not, or if they're willing to adapt and learn. Right here, bringing it up. So, and then also don't be afraid of just society and culture. Like, don't be afraid of, like, okay, let's be honest. We brought up your parents. Shout out to the parents who actually talk about their kids about sex. Like, legit talk about, like, what it is that they've done. There's some people who are like that, are open and transparent, because if you're open and transparent with your kids, they're going to be comfortable coming to you about anything. Now it's when you're like, no, sex is bad. They're going to do it at some certain point. And if the less educated you have your kids, the more likely they're going to do something stupid. Right? If you educate them, like the downsides of being like pregnant, not be like, you better not get fucking pregnant. No, be like, hey, like this is what happened. And this is what I've seen growing up and seen to other people, how it just takes their whole teenagehood, their young adulthood, because they have to focus on being a mom or a parent. And now I got to go doing this, or they got to go do this. And I didn't get to do it because I had to take care of kids, or take care of the kid. Right? I had to work harder. I had to grow up real fast because I had to pay for that's why you educate them. And even about freaky stuff about the bedroom, safe sex, like teach them how to do it safely, not learning by somebody else who doesn't know. So that being said, like, we don't talk about it. Even as adults, we don't talk about sex openly. I bring up certain things about with some people, and you can tell they get uncomfortable about it right away because it's not normal. To me, it's fucking normal. If you want to talk about, yo, have you ever like stuck it in a girl's booty? Fuck yeah, like I did this and this, right? Instead, some guys, I don't know, like, man, they start getting all weird about it, and it's just so normal to me, right? But it should be okay to talk about it. It should be okay to talk about it with your partner too. And also, don't be afraid to, like, who cares what somebody else thinks? For example, like, a little bit earlier, I talked about the whole snowballing thing, how I don't like that. Just because I don't like it does not mean that you can't like it. If you like it, cool, then do it. Who gives a fuck what I say? Do it. If you like certain things and I don't like it, cool, do it. Because I do things that I like. And if you don't like them, I don't care. Because it's not me and you in the bedroom. It's me and that person in the bedroom. And we're going to do stuff we like. For another example, there's some people who like to include somebody into their relationship, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with including somebody else into their relationship. That's fine. If they're happy, if they're both happy doing that, let them. Don't be like, I would never do that. Okay, you would never do that, but they're clearly happy doing it. So let them do it. Or if they want to be in open relationships, cool. Let them be in open relationships. Just because you wouldn't do it, it doesn't mean it's not okay for them to do it. And if you want to, like, whatever it is that you want to do is totally fine too. There's nothing bad with being with one person or doing the things that you like to do, the freaky stuff that you like to do. There's nothing wrong with that. If you like to get tied up, wax poured on you, whipped, and cool. And somebody else is going to be like, fuck no. Because the same thing goes with like spitting. Some people don't like spitting on other people. And then some people absolutely fucking love it. Like, they can't get enough of that. They're like, oh, every time, right? So that's what I'm saying. Like, don't be afraid to do whatever it is that makes you feel like turned on and fulfills you. So the reason I because we care too much about other people and what they think, even though you're not being intimate with them. They probably have no idea what you do in the bedroom. The person that has an idea of what you do in the bedroom is the person you're doing it with in the bedroom. And that's the only person that should matter to you about the intimacy. Not what your friends think, not what people on social media think, not so on and so forth. If it just matters on what, because when I did the snowballing video, there's some people who were like, oh, I absolutely love it. And there's some people who are like, absolutely not, fucking disgusting. And it's okay. There's going to be people on both sides and everything, and that's fine. Now, am I okay with people commenting that? Absolutely. People can say whatever they want. The only time I have an issue is when you go and respond to somebody else's comment and saying like, you're fucking disgusting, and disrespect them because this is what they like. We're not doing that over here. If they like it, cool. If you don't like it and you want to voice your opinion too on it, absolutely. But disrespecting somebody else, absolutely not. Because I want people on my pages to be comfortable to comment stuff and not just be like, oh, you're fucking stupid. Because that shit gets you blocked real quick. No disrespecting others. If you have a difference of opinion, 100% okay. Comment it, voice your opinion. I'm glad, because everybody has a different opinion. Disrespecting somebody else, whole different story. Stop worrying about what other people care. If you want to be a freak and you want to do certain things, cool. If you love to include two guys and that's the way you want to be, then cool, do it. Whatever it is that you want to do, cool, do it. Don't worry about what anybody else says, because at the end of the day, they're not the ones being intimate with you, and they could care less about what you do in the bedroom. They just want to voice their opinion for some reason. Who cares? If someone's like, oh, I would never do that. Like, there's some people, no, hair pulling, no. Or doing it in the booty, like me inserting it into a booty, not the other way around. Shit, I love it. And some people are like, absolutely the fuck not. Okay, it's not for you. That's fine. So, stop worrying about what other people think, because at the end of the day, they're not the ones being intimate with you. Like I've said it before. So, and then also another reason why people struggle with it is because of gender differences. And I mean, what I mean by that is like some men don't know how to voice what they want, and some women are the same way, And so if you guys both stay quiet, or sometimes they think it's the man is supposed to come up with the idea, or they tell them, or the woman. Like, let's stop thinking the man is supposed to do this, the woman is supposed to do that in the bedroom. Yeah, of course, you want a man who's going to dominate you and do things to you, but also he may not know that you like it super rough like that. So maybe voice your opinion a little bit. Be like, hey, like, it's okay. Fuck me up. It's fine. If I say pineapple, slow it down a little bit. But other than that, fuck me up. Right? Because there's some people, like, trust me, I've given a hand necklace or two where they're just like, is that it? And I'm just like, I will break your fucking throat if I go any harder. So, and that's what I'm afraid of too. So again, don't be afraid of that. And then also, like I mentioned before, another part to this is timing is everything. Like I mentioned earlier, do not wait until like the heat of the moment to bring up a special request or a unique request or something that you guys haven't done that's like involves some thinking. Because like, I'm pretty sure the girl's not going to want to be put on the spot, especially being intimate. Like, you guys are mid stroke, right? And you bring up, hey, let's try this. And she's going to be like, I'm like, can you just like keep going? Stop. Like, why we could talk about this later. So timing has a lot to do with it. If it's something small, like maybe you guys haven't tried reverse cowgirl, for example, just be like, oh, like flip her around. I'm sure she's going to be all right, cool. Like, I haven't done this before. Don't be waiting. Like, if it's a type of position, okay. Like, if it's inserting it in a certain hole, maybe you want to talk about that beforehand, because trying to do it the heat of, and she's not with it, Or if you're a lady and you want to slide that finger up in that guy's booty, like some girls get turned on by that, bring that up beforehand. Because if it's me and you might get karate chopped on your forehead. Okay. Like I'm just saying, I'd be like, pass, what the fuck are you doing? So you got to be careful. And so timing is everything, depending on what it is. If it's, and you know, like how the level of freak, the level of kinkiness that you and your partner are, you know, like, hey, we've done this. I really want to try this, but this is more of a, hey, let me bring this up. Let's talk about this. Not let's wait for the heat of the moment, because it could kill the mood, and it could kill, like, give the other person an ick for bringing it up then, right? So definitely timing is everything. And then try to introduce it in a flirty way, casual way, not be like, hey, what do you think of this right here? Let me give you a list and we'll go down one by one. Anal. No. There's different ways to do it. You can joke about it. You can flirt about it. You can, you know your person. That's why I'm saying, like, there's a bunch of different ways to do it. The way you talk to your person could be a different way. The way you introduce something to your person could be a different way. You know, it could be more of a visual thing, or maybe like you find a video online, right? Be like, yo, so-and-so sent me this. I really want to try this with you. And then he watches it and he'll be like, oh shit, that's kind of hot. You know, like, yeah, hell yeah, let's try it. You know, something like that. Or if you guys are watching a video and, like, you know, there's different ways to introduce it, not just put them on the spot, like spotlight and everything, be like, let's do anal. And they'll be like, okay, it's kind of like, instead of just like casually bringing it up. So let's see. And then, so another thing that you can do, sorry, I got my notes here, is like afterwards, kind of like let's review the game, you know, game, like the you know, when you do film, like when you guys watch and then, hey, we can adjust this. So afterwards be like, hey, like I really want to, especially if you've been intimate and you've satisfied her or you've satisfied him and everything is great, everyone's feeling great. Be like, oh, like, you know what I really have been wanting to try, you know, this or like this, because maybe like that could be a good time to talk about it too. Like after being intimate and you guys are both satisfied, you know, sometimes you lay there, you're cuddling a little bit or something's going on. That's a perfect time to bring up certain requests. Be like, hey, I've always wanted to try this. What do you think? You know, that's a better moment instead of like while you're like mid-stroke, like I'm saying. So definitely afterwards. And then there's also this thing that I looked up called the sandwich method. Now, basically what that is you start with a compliment to them, and then you bring up what you want, and then you bring up the reassurance, you know? So how you want to, again, I'm going to repeat that so you can remember that. You start with a compliment, you bring up what you want, and then it's followed with some reassurance of whatever it is. Like, hey, like, it's okay. Like if something bad happens, you know, like whatever, right? Depending on what it is that you want, or it's something that you want to request. Because there's some people who only do like one or two positions, or don't even like do some foreplay, get kinky, include toys or something like that. Cause you can be like, oh, like, I love the way you do it to me, but is there any, like, I love the way you do it to me. It feels so great, like X, Y, and Z. I think we could take this to another level by including maybe a plug that goes in the booty. Like for me, like, again, I'm talking as if I'm a female. And then, because I just want to have the better orgasms. I've heard that the orgasms are so much like intense, you know, and it's something I want to try with you, you know, like something like that. Like I heard it feels great for the guy and the girl. So just something like that. Again, whatever it is that you're looking for or need from your partner or wanting them to do. So those are like some ways to bring it up, right? Some do's and don'ts, you know, we don't want to be doing certain things like this. So, and like the different communication ways, let's call them communication tools. Okay. There's different ways to bring stuff up. I like it when you do this. Again, coaching. I like it when you do this. So you're letting them know, hey, I like it when you do this. it makes me feel a certain way, and just I love the feeling. You do it so great, and he's gonna be like, damn, she likes it the way I do this. I'm gonna keep doing that because I want her to feel amazing, instead of you never do this, right? So again, like, because you don't want to sound like you're doing it wrong. Just slightly be like, I like when you do this. Like, do this. Don't be like, you never do this, or you don't bring up straight up, hey, you never go down on me. Be like, oh, I love it, like when you like do this. I would love for you, like maybe we can do more of this. I would love to try more. Something like that. There's different ways to bring it up, and the way you bring it up too is, the wording you use could be crucial too. Depending on your person. So, and then you can also use curiosity. So, for example, have you ever tried this? And then you can, even if you've tried it, fucking lie about that. Because if you're like, have you ever tried this? And they'll be like, no, I've never tried it. And be like, oh, I have. It's amazing. The guy might feel a type of way about it and be like, oh, so you want to do something else you did with another man? So again, there's sometimes you don't need to explain everything and be like, oh, have you ever tried this? And be like, no, be like, oh, like I've always wanted to try it, like maybe it's something we can do. Technically, you didn't lie. Just don't be like, I used to do it with so-and-so. Let's try it. No. There's, again, wording matters here. And then maybe there's some things that we could omit from there, right? I'm not saying lie to your person. I'm just saying omit certain details. Because some guys will feel a type of way if you're like, oh, yeah, I've done it before. They'll be like, oh, yeah, with who? And like, don't be like, oh, let's try this. Oh, let's try it in a demanding way. There's a nice way to say like, oh, like maybe we should try this. Or have you ever tried this? Maybe we should give it a shot. See if we like it. There's different ways to do it, not just giving them demands. So, and then another way is like showing them. And what I mean by that is like obviously not doing it, but maybe you found an online video that kind of, or like an image that kind of shows like what you're talking about, and be like, oh, like there's, I follow this girl, she does it with her man, and I've been curious about it, wanting to try it with you. Right. And there's something like, because I'm trying to keep our relationship spicy and, different, switch things up. Because I want us to, last a long time, and like tell them like reassurance, like tell them like why you've been wanting to do stuff. Not be like, yo, her man fucks her up. How come you don't fuck me up? So different body language and the way you say things too. So safe words, again, your person. Signals for boundaries if exploring kinks. Again, this is why you bring it up. And if it's something that they're on the edge about, like kind of like, I kind of want to try it, but I kind of don't. You could easily hit them with the, if we don't like it, we don't have to do it. Like, again, I just want to explore different things to see what we like and what we don't like. How are we going to know we don't like it if we don't try it? Same with like food. Like I hate it when people are like, oh, I don't like sushi. Have you ever tried it? No. Then how the fuck do you know? How do you know you don't like this if you've never tried it? At least try it. And if you don't like it, because everybody's palate is different, cool. I have more respect for that. Being like, yeah, I tasted it. I've tasted a shit ton of different beers. I do not like the beer taste. Like I don't know what it is about it. I don't like the beer taste. It just grosses me out kind of. I don't know why. I can't, because some people are like, oh, you know what I mean? No, like I can't control how my palate is. And when I taste beer, that yeast, whatever taste, like whatever it is, the alcohol taste, that beer taste, is not satisfying to me. And then afterwards, it leaves you bloated as fuck. Like, nah, I'm good. If I'm going to drink, I'd rather just drink liquor, to be 100% honest. It tastes better. You can mix different stuff into it, or you could just have it straight like that. It works for me. So, definitely have like, it should be okay to talk about some of these things, right? And then also making it playful. Don't be like super serious when you're bringing it up. Don't be like, we need to talk. No, be like just joking around. Be like, hey, like, what if we did this? I've always wanted to try this. Have you ever tried it? And then be like, oh no, I've never tried it. We should definitely try it. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go put something sexy on. Make sure he's nice and hard when I get back. Right? Or something like that. Like joke around. Like there's the one trend that I'm gonna see what my girl, or I'm gonna go walk up to my husband while he's playing, like, and just drop my clothes, show up naked. And for some of them could be a little bit over, overly done, meaning like they're just acting in it. But there's some people who are actually that don't know that there are other people who fake it, and it could be legit, and they'd be like, "Oh shit, all right, I gotta go, fellas. Got something to take care of," because that could work too. Be fun, be playful, and then we're gonna get into another part is the show them real examples. Again, that's what I'm saying. Show him or show them, because it can be a girl too that you're trying to show them. Show them, like, again, if you follow a creator, say there's a video that I did, show them the video. Be like, yo, they talk about it on here. Maybe I've always wanted to try something like this. Maybe we should try it, and things like that. Give them examples. Maybe there's a video that shows the position. Maybe there's something that shows, show them an image that shows the cards that have like different images or different things that you can do with your partner. Go get those and try different stuff. Like I have some on my website, naughtyscience.com. The sex cards, that gives you like 50 different, well, it gives you more than 50, but it gives you up to like 100 different positions. So definitely something to think about. And of course, not all of them are like, hell no, like I ain't gonna do that. But there's a lot of them be like, oh shit, that's kind of weird. Let me try that. Some of them just include like, hey, put a pillow here, do this, make sure her pelvic area is elevated, and stuff like that. So, and then another is like, have you ever tried this? You could also say, because again, in the beginning, when you're trying to get a guy, they're willing to do whatever it takes to please you and get you to like them. So if you're like, what would be hot? Like if you did this to me, and then be like, you know what, girl, whatever it is that you need. Because I've said it before, a lot of you ladies hold the power in the beginning of the relationship. You can mold this guy, not really mold, but you can show him what you like and you don't like in the very beginning. And that's something that you need to tell him, because I've said it before, guys will fly to go get some cookie, to go get some pussy. Guys will drive long distances to go get it. They will hurt other people to get it. They will backstab their friends to get it. They will backstab family to get it. They do whatever. They will unalive other people to get it. So that's what I'm saying. You guys hold a lot of power. Use it. Like, use it. So, and if you can't use it with that person, that's the wrong person. So, all right. And then another way too is also you can let them know, be comfortable enough to say no. Like, be like, hey, like, of course, like, if you want, if this is a no, a hard no, if you don't want to talk about this, I totally respect that. And as long as you brought up your need, that way later on, like if you guys have issues, be like, I brought this up plenty of times, and it's something like, yeah, at the time it wasn't a big deal, or tell them how big deal it is. Like maybe there's somebody, you're with somebody that doesn't like to go down. Like there's some girls who don't like to go down, and just let them know how that's something that you really do crave. And like, maybe there's some sort of alternative or something that you can do. Maybe it's because she doesn't like the way it tastes, maybe smells, maybe take a shower, maybe use some edible lube or something like that. Again, there's different options, right? So let them know. And then another way is to share like funny listeners, like awkward stuff. Like, oh, they did this. They said it was funny. Like, or they said it was a lot of fun. Use social media to your advantage. Like you're scrolling and you see something, be like, oh shit, like I kind of want to try this, or hey, I'm going to bring this up to my man. Don't just send him a reel. Save it. Wait till you see him in person, because in person is a different type of conversation. Because if you send him a reel and be like, hey, we should try this, and they're like, no. What if he was like, no, that's kind of weird type of vibe, or no, like a no, hard no. You know what I mean? Like that way you can see what they actually meant by it, instead of just giving you like a no and you're thinking it, maybe it's like, damn, like could have at least said like, we'll talk about it. No, save it and then you'll talk about it. So what are we taking away from this? What we're going to take away is clearly is that you need to communicate what you need to your person. Like that's first and foremost, right? But I think it's having a little bit of confidence and just respect for the other person too, meaning like to just tell them. Let's stop assuming. There's so many people who assume, and ladies do it the most too. I'm just not saying it's bad. I'm just saying like you're assuming that this guy's going to change. This guy's going to learn that the things that you like and don't like. Like for some reason, things are just going to change, which is beyond me. Instead of just bringing it up, if you would have brought it up, now you're going to get to know like if they do want to change or not. So definitely, be confident, know what you want. The communication goes a long way because, and especially in the very beginning, don't wait 5 years down the road. If you're 5 years down the road, it might be a little bit more of an uphill battle, but you can still make it happen, but if you're in a newer relationship, this is a perfect time to let the person know that what you need and what's going to fly and what's not going to fly. Right. It's because you guys let these guys get comfortable. Now they're just like 5 years down the road. You're like, oh, it hasn't been a problem, but now it's a problem. Right. And like they'll hit you with that. So like your intimacy with your partner is supposed to be your guys' safe space. This is supposed to be a space where you guys can communicate about things, what you like, what you don't like. Maybe let's try this, let's not try this. Because it's already weird talking about some of these things with other people. And if you can't even talk to your own person about that stuff, like who can you talk? Who are you going to bring up to things that you want to try in the bedroom? Your person, again, when you're courting somebody or you're being courted by somebody, how are their communication skills with their intimacy? Hey, I want to try this. Hey, let's try. Do they tell you what they want? Are they open to talk about it? Like at first, trust me, I get it. In the beginning, talking about intimacy with somebody, like a partner, is kind of weird because you're just kind of like, nah, she's gonna think I'm a freak, or she's like, no, for everything you do is great. No, tell them what you like and maybe some things that you don't like because maybe that's not your thing and it doesn't turn you on, right? So that's why you need to talk about these things and be able to talk to your person, whether it's someone you're getting to know, because let's be honest, people hook up before you, like boyfriend and girlfriend. If it's your boyfriend, if it's your girlfriend, if it's your husband, if it's your wife, if it's your, like whatever it is, like bring it up and the things that you need, because the longer you wait, the harder it is to change stuff. Like for example, when I go live, some of these people have talked about they haven't been intimate in like 10, 15, 20 years. So imagine going from not being intimate in 20 years and trying to think that this person is going to go back to how they used to be. Is going to be very difficult, right? Because it's going to be weird. It's going to be different. They probably been with you longer and haven't been intimate than you guys were intimate, if that makes sense, right? So definitely, bring it up. If you can, you should be able to talk about it. Now, if it's something super crazy out of this, I don't know. Because even some guys want to talk to their girl about introducing another girl, okay? Like, it could just be a quick conversation and see her thoughts on it, because maybe he's always craved that, or maybe he even wants another guy to do his, like, again, your partner should be somebody you can bring it up with and talk to him about, and if you can't, there's something going on. There's a communication barrier there. There's something like, is this your person? Because if you can't comfortably tell somebody, well, not comfortably, but if you can't bring up certain things to your partner without having a conversation about it, is this your person? If they're just going to get, like, if they get mad and that you brought something up, like, why are they getting mad? Like, you're just bringing something up, again, is this your person? Like, if you can simply, hey, can you do this more times a week? Like talking about that, and they get mad, is this your person? Like, think about that. So that's what I want you guys to do. Like, if you're listening to this podcast this week, I got some homework for y'all. Like, y'all thought I was never going to give y'all homework. I got some homework for y'all. Okay. What I want you guys to do is this week, try to do something new with your partner. If it's like super crazy, bring it up. That's the homework. Bringing it up and being like, and figuring whatever that is, like, I can't give you all the answers. If you're looking to bring up something that you normally maybe haven't tried or something looked to try, how you're going to bring it up? Is it in the moment type of thing? Or is it something you talk about even before or maybe a little bit after? But that's your homework. Or even like if it's something just slightly different, trying in the bedroom, then do it, right? Do it. Have a few drinks and then do it too, right? Because that's going to be your guys', because I want you guys to because everybody's communication is different. And the more uncomfortable, yes, it's going to be uncomfortable. I'm not saying it can stop. I'm not going to be like, oh, it's going to be a breeze. But once you have this conversation with your person, you're going to know that now you can have more of these conversations. Once that first awkward conversation is out the window, now you're a little bit more comfortable talking about certain things. You know, when you argue about a certain thing, now bringing it up, it's like easier to bring it up because you guys already talked about it. You guys already went through the awkward stage of talking about this. But now you guys can, talk about it. And that's why it's important to talk about your guys' intimacy. So this week, I want you guys to do that. Because again, they could be somebody who has been wanting to do this or wanting to talk to you about this. Maybe they have a few requests up their sleeve that they've been wanting to do, but they felt the same way as you. So they're waiting for you to say something and you're waiting for them to say something and nobody's saying fucking shit. So again, that is your guys' homework for this week. And I if you guys want to send me a message on the Uncomfortable Convos IG, send it there so I can see it there. And if you guys want me to share it, I'll screenshot it, cut your guys' name out. Clearly I don't want to share you guys. I want to respect everybody's privacy because I want you guys to continue to feel confident in sending me stuff where I won't share your name or your information. Like even if you say their name, I go in and I blur it because we're not doing that here. I want everybody who sends me messages to be confident that I am not going to out them like that. Right. So unless you're like super disrespectful to me, I might start outing people. But even then, I think it's fun keeping it anonymous. That way, like I know who it is, and other people like don't, because some people find it frowned upon to expose them like that. But like the whole intimate like questions and stuff like that, reviews, I'll never share you guys' information because I want you guys to feel confident with your boy to be sharing this stuff. So again, y'all got some homework, and I better hear some feedback from this. Okay, because these podcasts has been doing really well because of you guys, and I absolutely love it. But hey, let's start putting some actions behind. That's I think what the podcast is missing is putting some actions behind some of this stuff. So if I start giving you some call to actions at the end, guess what? Y'all better be doing it. Okay, because if you don't, and then you complain to me that your man or your girl is not doing these things, and you haven't been doing your homework, I'm gonna be like, that's your problem right there. You didn't do your homework. Anyways, I'll see you guys next time. Make sure you guys go subscribe to all my pages. Link is in the description, naughtyscience.com. Make sure you get yours. And if you saw this hat that I'm wearing, it's on my TikTok showcase. I've been putting some fire shit over there. Like this shirt as well too. Halloween's coming up around the corner. Fire. Anyways, I'll see you guys later.